Hi, Smart Community friends. I'm back with another bonus episode of the Smart Community podcast, sharing various guest answers to the question, where to next for smart cities and communities? And this time I'm sharing with you the answers from these guests. Tim Neale from episode 337, Julia Spicer from 338, Dr. Michaela Musilova from episode 339, and Sam Austin from episode 340. Some themes that come through in the guest answers are around regionalisation and continued growth and investment in our regional areas, but also in the way that we can continue to use technology and data to inform planning and analysis and decision-making at all levels, local, state, national, and even global. The other theme that comes through in these snippets is around the opportunity for people to get involved in the smart community, whether it's at the leadership level of business, industry, or government, or just in the new types of jobs and skill sets needed for the continued growth and development of our modern communities. As Michaela says, even helping community on a small scale, if it's your neighbourhood or whatever it is, it's still going to make that a better place and it's going to make a difference. As always, we hope you enjoy listening to this episode as much as we enjoyed making it.
Welcome to the smart community, smart regions, smart towns, and smart cities. It's where we live, work, and play. With smart communities, the future starts today. Big data, smart mobility, emerging trends galore. The Smart Community Podcast is what you're looking for.
So where to next for smart communities?
I don't know. It's a challenging time. I mean, the tech bubble is actually, I think, is going to lead to a lot more availability and probably lower cost staff in the data, software development world. I think we'll see finally that bit of a turning of the tide there. It's been getting a bit ridiculous with staff prices and availability. So with, when you hear about in the US, the amount of layoffs in the big tech companies. So I think we'll see a change back out into more regional areas of some of those skill sets and people looking for jobs and maybe the price of those resources coming down. We hope so, because it's got a bit out of control in the last couple of years with the tech boom. So, I think, I'm looking forward to that, and we'll probably continually see this urbanisation or regionalisation rather than urbanisation. So hopefully we'll see a bit more of that and the growth of regional areas. So, we're looking forward to that, and agriculture interacting more with the society is really important. So, that's probably my take on it.
Yeah, no, excellent. And I think just think about the quality of life, like obviously during the COVID, the kind of height of the COVID pandemic here in Australia, people starting to reevaluate where they want to live because, if they were able to work remotely or reevaluate purpose, blah, all those fun things, spending time with family, et cetera, I think, having that lifestyle in a regional area, for some people, that's a dream, right? And now it's possible with those high level, jobs and things like that, and those skill sets that are needed in the regional areas, and, continue to shift and evolve as well.
Definitely.
Where to next for smart communities?
I think, Zoe, the work that you have been doing, you and others in the community, in the smart communities community, will continue to grow. I think this piece around place-based thinking and where that fits in at a broader regional, state, national, global level is starting to become more normal for people. And I think people are starting to look at that. And I think that's a lot to do with the conversations that you and others have been having and encouraging the rest of us to have over the last few years. So I do really think that that's the opportunities that we've got to kind of really continue this. Where to, I hope that we always have new and emerging leaders in our businesses, communities and industries that are prepared to kind of play their role in helping to encourage and grow our smart communities. And, as you know more than the rest of us, how we can use tech for good, how we can use the data that we're collecting, how we can be embedding that into our communities as we're looking and growing. I think that's going to be really important. And I think we'll need some support around how we can help people see that this is an opportunity to use it, that there'll always be people that, there'll always be challenges and people that want to use some of that for the wrong reasons, or it might fall into different hands. But I think in the whole, Pollyanna in me wants to see that we can use some of this for making some really good, long-term, positive decisions for our communities.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's getting more people involved in the conversation as well then helps us to ask those hard questions, to make those, hard decisions, to action change. And yeah, I think you're right. Like, there's risks and challenges in everything that we do, barriers, but then, leveraging that, be aware of that, make decisions about that, bring more people into conversation so we can turn those into opportunities is really important. And that resilience piece as well, when something does go pear-shaped, although pears are great, I don't know why that's a term, honestly. But when things go down the toilet, then what do we need to do to build back out again, like we were talking about earlier? Where to next I normally say where to next for smart communities, but where to next in this space?
Well, there are many places to go. I think I'm personally going to kind of stay here in this middle ground between, looking into the future space-wise and trying to help humanity get closer to both being able to live on other planetary bodies and also to find out, the answers to important questions like whether we're alone out there or not. But also, again, bringing the focus to Earth and, what we really should be doing together as a big community of us terrestrials, basically, to make this place be a better place for everyone. So yeah, I'm going to try to continue with these different projects and outreach and hope that it will motivate others to do similar things where they kind of combine their own interests with doing things that are better for their communities. Because even helping a community in a small scale, if it's your neighborhood or whatever it is still going to make that a better place and it's still going to make a difference. And so I think just my personal goal is to continue sharing that message and hoping that people will kind of grab onto it and figure out their own way to help make this be a better place.
Where to next for smart communities?
I think really smart communities, it is going to be continuing to look at how we can keep analysing data and moving that data analysis forward. I think looking towards the future, I think live data really is the future of urban planning. And I think building those smart city data sets around twin models and twin cities, I think it really, really is the future.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot in it and there's a lot to unpack. We're still at the very beginning, I think. I mean, we had certain iterations, but that real impact and shift and change, there's so much opportunity in this space. And I guess I just encourage people to come into the space, come join us where we've got lots happening. And I think bringing in those different backgrounds is really important. And, then we can start to have these better conversations.
The Smart Community podcast is brought to you by My Smart Community. If you're trying to deal with disruption, not sure what technologies to buy, need to facilitate genuine collaboration, then we can help. Email hello@mysmart.community or head to www.mysmart.community/consulting.
Thanks so much for listening to the Smart Community Podcast. Show notes for this episode and all other episodes are available on our website, mysmart.community/podcast. If you have any questions for us or any of our guests, you can email hello@mysmart.community. You can also find us on the socials. We are on LinkedIn and Twitter @SmartComHQ. That's com with 2 M's. If you are enjoying the podcast, please hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. And we would love for you to leave us a rating and review at wherever you listen. This really helps us reach more ears and eyes, so thank you for your support. As always, we hope you enjoyed listening to this episode as much as we enjoyed making it.
The Smart Community Podcast is what you're looking for.